All right, Pisces. So I don't think I've ever seen so much practicality associated with the emotions and like the intuition. And I do feel like this is most definitely about this combination of um, a business around your psychic abilities, right? Whether this is like an actual poet, and I think of Edgar Allan Poe when I look at this. And I'm looking at this moon here, right? The bats flying through this portal, these crows flying out of what was a person. And this is about, going into the darkness, and that this poet, right? He or she doesn't see things like everyone else, right? This gift that you have, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be being a poet, right? This can be any number of things, but going into the darkness and coming back with knowledge, and it's not knowledge everyone has. It's unusual, right? It makes people question things. And a lot of times people just don't understand you, right? The poet can be quite lonely. And I do see like this sense of loneliness about you right now. But you are the hummingbird, right? You've found and I'm thinking back to that Four of Wands, the ritual that was showing up for you to kind of like replenish you and keep that fire burning. And, that's this hummingbird. The hummingbird has a never-ending supply, right? And it sends its light out to the world because it's got this, it knows where to get that nectar, right? The nectar of life. How to replenish it because it comes from within. So you're able to go into these dark spaces and come out shining regardless, right? Which is really, really gorgeous. And yeah, it's just wild. This moon touching here, this new moon in Cancer, this moon in Cancer here. So there is a lot of emotion, but I also see right in this picture here, this Four of Cups, he's not looking at the Three Cups, right? He's looking at spirit. He's looking into the sky. And I think you are, this is going within. This is searching within for the answer, right? I think that you are feeling I keep on hearing disillusion, right? Like you've been disillusioned about something and you're unhappy in your situation and you're looking for a way out of it. We're going to go here first to this. Yeah. So I did a little visioning as I was sitting here with the cards because and I wasn't getting the complete picture here. And I got a slug. And then I saw that it was like, the slug was, I could barely make it out what was going on. But it was like this big wooden thing. And you could just see the slug a little bit. And it kept on getting like smacked, or something was hitting this wooden thing, yet it's like jarring, but the slug was still there. And I couldn't, and I'd see a hand come down and slap it, and the slug was still there. And then I finally saw someone scoop up the slug and hold it up. And then and I was doing this with my eyes closed. When I opened them, I saw this Empress here holding this baby. And then I noticed this Knight of Coins again. And I was like, this is, and then I thought about this Cancer, right? Cancer has that hard shell but on the insides, they're all gooey, right? And it's like, this creative project, you know, they move slowly. Slugs move slowly. They're vulnerable. I feel like, you know, it's like this idea that you are unsure. You might be have been working on it, or this is something that you have done, right? This is a skill that you've mastered in the past. And I think now you're wanting to turn it into a business, right? You want to do something with it. Whether this is something, you know, for some of you, it might have been working on it for a while and it just seems to be really going slowly. For others, this could be something new you're starting, like this new creative project. And there's a lot, you know, and I do think this has to do with your psychic abilities, but I think there's a lot of insecurity around it. And there is, you know, this Virgo here. If you watch the intro, there is a grand cross of sorts. You know, it's not like the traditional grand cross with planets. It's North Node, South Node, and, and Neptune and Pisces. Across the way is Vesta and Virgo, right? So you're making an opposition to that Vesta and Virgo, and that's about the details. And it's all of this is making an self-worth, right? So I think there is this bit of self-doubt here that we're going to have to and it's been showing up everywhere. All right. You're not the only one who's feeling it. And with this opposition, you know, it's opposing that Neptune in your sign, which is also, right. This is probably why all this, Neptunian energy is showing up here too. That's interesting. There's also something going on here too. We'll get into it though. But, you know, this is, and I wonder if part of that, the self-worth, the doubt around it has to do with you feeling like there's, something that's going to hurt others, right? Because this is what you're moving towards. And I think that this, of course, is the creative project as well, right? Wanting to baby it. And this is saying it's good. It's fine, right? That thing kept on getting hit and slammed and everything else. And that the slug was on, and the slug was fine. So just know it's all good, right? And I kind of feel like it says you and your loved ones are safe. And I do get that kind of sense that, and this mother energy here too, that at the same time, I think there could be some worry about that. Cause I think you are going to have to give something up for this. You know, we have this 7 of coins here in the water element. And I think you're evaluating some relationships and whether they need to continue, right? And you're being very practical, right? There's this practicality with this as well, right? We've got Virgo with the Palace of Cups. So you're being, there's this sense of, especially with the moon here, right? Like, looking at kind of studying your emotions. Studying your relationships, right? Because again, we have Cancer with the Knight of Coins. And this is saying, do what you need to move forward. And know that it might seem like things are slow, but they are moving forward, right? And everything is good. This is what, and I feel like the need to emphasize this, that these doubts, it's coming from the outside. It's, we're having to kind of push back and past this stuff. This is something you've been working on. Everything is as it should be, right? Trust it. You know, we're going through this portal here soon enough. So yeah, in the subconscious, conclusions are within reach. And yeah, we just came off of that full moon eclipse, going towards, you know, we have the new moon eclipse in this week, the Monday of the second week of this period, the 14th. And I think that we've been kind of in the woods, right? We see the woods here, we see the woods here. I feel like we're starting to, even here, we have it. There's a lot of woods. There's a lot of forest, right? We've got lost in the forest, which is good. We need to get lost in the forest. That's where we, you know, find these truths, right? And this, he's holding this moon just like she's holding this baby. I feel like this is, you know, and this baby is still very vulnerable, very, new, right? It's just like that little slug that but there is harvest coming with it, right? It still needs some nurturing, but this creation is going to reach fruition. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And you're growing it. You're attracting abundance. You're very grounded. And you're closing things out, right? You're like going through it. You're getting out of the woods. You're getting out of the weeds in your subconscious. But I just love this lineup here. It's very emotional yet grounded. Really lovely. I mean, that's all we have here. We have swords in the future. This poet kind of has some swordsy kind of feeling to it. We have wands at the bottom of the deck. So make sure you're doing, hummingbird is air, so that's good. Yeah, that makes me feel better. All right. So yeah, this first week, yeah, I feel like this King of Coins, yes, I think this is you possibly making plans, taking control, right? With this business idea. But I also feel like this King of Coins is someone in your life. Let's see. King of Coins, King of Coins. No, that's you. It's the Queen of Wands. I got that for this new moon in Virgo too, right? This like very creative energy. The businesswoman. So yeah. And this is you going within to really like explore this idea, explore, you're really getting information from your emotions. You're really tuned in psychically. But there is also this doubt kind of feeling that I feel creeping in. Just stay grounded, right? Keep moving forward. We'll make it through this. Then over here in the second week, we have this Seven of Coins and the moon. And I'm pulled to the domesticated dog versus the wolf, right? Those primal instincts versus the domestic, right? Our face we show to the world, ego. And I just keep getting pulled to this portal. And I feel like this is kind of a portal for you. And I think that you are really balancing those out. This is you and your energy. I feel you're really connecting with spirit. You're really connecting with the unknown, right? Pulling information out, right? Even here, pulling information out. And yeah, like I said, I feel like you're evaluating your relationships. You're evaluating what needs to be forward with you.